Hi everybody, you are watching tutorials. My name is Alex and today we're gonna create this letter G logo in Gravit Designer. G is for Gravit, G is for gear, G is for the new engine of Gravit Designer. I mean that we have a new version of Gravit Designer with the improved performance and some new features. And basically, I create this simple design, negative space logo, to emphasize one of the features that called smart bonding box or smart transformation. And let me show you how it works. Of course, it's a very appealing concept, but it requires some attention as well. So let's start with a new document, Alt N or Option N on your Mac, and I'm gonna size it with 1440 to 900 pixels. Let's start with the circle. So basically we need to grab the ellipse tool, click E, hold Shift key to constrain the proportion and create a perfect circle. And I also, as always, hold Alt key. So I create a circle that occupies 500 pixels of width and height, and I want to keep the ratio and delete this nasty decimals. So 500 by 500. Now let's go and create a duplicate. We can do this just with a shortcut Ctrl+Shift+D, Command+Shift+D. It's a clone command. Or we can do this with the transform panel. So let's go to the transform panel. Guys, I have this. So with a scale, I'm gonna work with a 78% width and 78% height. So to create, set number of copies to 1 and click apply to create a smaller duplicate. And this duplicate, as you can see, occupies around 390 pixels. And I believe I miss some of my calculation, because what I want to create, 380 pixels height and width. So I can also change it here on this panel on top. This is called transform panel as well. So now I want to select them both. You see it's a small bug. You have already seen a small bug. I want to deselect it. Now see, to deselect it, you need to twice click the transform panel twice. And I want to align them as well, so both horizontally and vertically. And what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna just fill out and set a border, so we can see more clearly what is going on here. Then select them both and navigate to the Boolean shape apparatus and click subtract here. So once you subtract, you achieve the compound shaped, and well, we need to move further and further. What we gonna grab? We need to grab the rectangle tool, click R or grab the rectangle tool and create a rectangle. And for this rectangle, I want them to be just 70 of width and just 50 of height. And I want to place it right on top of my ring, just like so. Now guys, in order to get most from the smart bonding box, to get most, we need to Ctrl+D, Command+D to clone this object. So now you have a cloned object. It's create a duplicate and then position it 10 pixels to the bottom, 10 pixels to the right. It's a Ctrl+D command, what it do actually. Then you need to go to the transform panel again. Open the transform panel, or it's also called inspector. Yes. Here we have this transform origin point. We need to position it to the middle of this ring, and we need to first of all, of course, mark somehow the middle of this ring. So for this I have these rulers. So let's select this ring. I have the rulers. Ctrl Alt R, Command Option R to grab the rulers. to show the rulers, and then grab these guides and position it to the middle of these circles, right? So guides, middle, circles. We have a middle of this ring, and we are ready to repeat this operation again and again. We are ready to transform it again. So Ctrl D, Command D. We shift our rectangle to the 10 pixels and copy them. Then go to transform and grab this point. Position this point right in the middle. Gravit will snap it, courteously snap this point right in the middle of our ring. Then keep everything selected, but do not touch it. Now you see you can rotate your bounding box according to the point of your transformation. What's more important, guys, if you hold Shift, you can constrain the angle of your rotation to 15 degrees. So everything that applied to the simple transformation also applied to this smart transformation. So if you want, you can set 45 degrees. And then what's more important, you can then repeat this transformation. But because I already damaged my sequence, I need to start again. So Ctrl D, then position the point, then hold Shift key, and let's say I want to set it to 30. You see, angle is 30. And then Ctrl D over and over again. And here you have some unpredictable behavior. Why? Because it returns to the original, not to the duplicate, but to the original. So we have something very unexpected here. And as you can see, the point of transformation is also shifted a little bit to the left. So let's group it. Now we have a group. And guys, it's not a very precise, super precise design how I actually design logos, right? So it's basically a tutorial to emphasize this feature. Maybe if you want to create logo, here more manageable gear shape. From this, again, we need to click transform twice to deselect this point. You need to position also a rectangle here on bottom, and then grab them both and go to transform and set the angle to 30 divided by 15 degrees. Here set the number of copies. Set the number of copies to 6 and click apply. Guys, sorry, of course I have some scaling problems and I do not group them. So this is why I create this strange thing. But basically what you can do, you can also do this just like so. So Ctrl Shift D and then create a duplicate and move it. Ctrl Shift D. I believe I also move them to the 45 degrees, but it doesn't matter, guys. I want to simply, so it's a more reliable gear shape if you want to create it in Gravit. But I want to return to my shape that I previously created with a smart transformation and make a two-step rotation, right? One step is 15 degrees and then 30 degrees, and then Ctrl D to repeat everything. Then I want to, using layers panel, and holding Shift key, I want to select every single rectangle, Ctrl G, Command G to group them, and I also want to scale them just a little bit, aligning them then with the compound shape, with our circles. So we have something we have something. Again, I cannot say that I'm very satisfied with the result of these transformations, but maybe you know more practical way how to do this. Maybe you know something that you don't know. So please help me, please share your knowledge and maybe your opinion in the comments form below. And let's start how we can remedy this at least. So let's go further. We need to combine them, unite everything into the one shape. But before we do this, I believe I need to resize it just a little bit more. So everything is set here. I want to also, as you see, our bottom shape are positioned a little bit deeper than our top shape. So what I'm gonna do, I just want to push it a bit to the bottom, everything here, every group. And now with the group and our compound shape selected, I'm gonna unite them. So use the union Boolean shape operator, and you see also a predictable behavior. It's just how things going. Now you need to grab this ellipse and position it on the top, and you will remedy everything. Now let's go and convert this compound shape into the compound path. So I don't need this bunch of objects. Control Shift P, Command Shift P, or go to the modify path, convert to path. So we have this a little bit shifted gear, but it's okay. Let's go and create a letter G. Before we start, let's since we have already had these guides, let me reposition these guides according to the middle of this shape now, and grab our rectangle. And we need to grab this rectangle and slice here a counter, create a counter, and then create this part. So I know that this part should be 60 pixels of diameter, because the difference between these two inner circle and outer circle is 60 pixels from one side, and 120 pixels from both sides. 500 minus 380. So let's grab our rectangle first and create a rectangle that is exactly with the width of, with the height, of course, with the height of our 60 pixels. So let me show you just here, and then I'm gonna position it here on the bottom, at the bottom of my guide, and extend it to the this guide as well. So far so good. Next, maybe we can then increase the size a little bit more, because these rectangles thicker. It's perceived as if it has more. Now let's duplicate this rectangle. Control hold Shift by simply holding left mouse button key and position it holding Alt key or Option key on your Mac. And I want to convert it to the path. So Control Shift P, Command Shift P. Why? Because I need access to every single point here with my subselect tool. And now I want to click on the empty spot to open the document panel. Select the isometric grid. Set the angles to 30 degrees, and basically we can set the angles to 45 degrees to create a dimension grid. But here let's go and walk around the isometric grid. It's amazing how it works in Gravit. Well, we have this on the grid line, and then we need to extend this guys as well. So I want to reposition it just like so. And now I can slice. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna select this gear shape and select this and subtract. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this and this rectangle, compound shape, and unite. Unite them. Right, but I believe they are not in the same level. So rectangle, unite. Yes, now it's far better. And again, guys, since we achieved our desired shape, we can convert it to the path. So it's no longer viable as a live object. So far so good. We have our gear shape. We have almost have our final design. Let's delete the borders and apply the fill. So we have some cues what is going on. Now let's go to the more and go to the launch shadow. Launch shadow, brilliant. Let's delete the fade and set the opacity of launch shadow to 100 pixels. Once you activate the launch shadow and you see the actual result, basically it's a nice result. Yeah, I enjoy it even more than my initial design, and then I can position it. So let's go to transform. I have this scale set around 90. We need to set the scale of our width, not height. We need to set the height to 100 degrees. Set the rotate value to negative 30. Set the skew value to negative 30 and set the number of copies to 0. We don't need any copies at all. So rotate skew negative and scale 90 degrees only on the width, right? So click apply. Yeah. Okay, you have something that maybe I working with a skew again. I need to write with a 30 degrees, positive 30 degrees. But before to undo, you need to leave the transform panel, right, and click on the empty spot of your canvas, then Ctrl Z to undo this transformation. Then return to the previous state and revoke your skew. So basically from negative to positive. Let's go and apply. No, I still doesn't achieve what I want. Let's go to the rotate value and let me try here positive rotate value with a negative skew value. Yes, this is where I should go on. Guys, my tutorial about new features of this version 3.3 is almost done. So keep watching tutorials, subscribe to my channel, give a like. But now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna navigate to the launch shadow and increase the length of this launch shadow. So increase it to achieve something really dramatic. And then also we can change an angle. And basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set angle about 50 to emphasize this part at all, a little bit more, this part. So this part, I mean, by then we can actually set the fill to the white because it's negative space, and then we can set the color of our effect to gradient, and then work with the gradient. So I assume that my since I have this shadow here, I assume that my light source is here, somewhere here on the top right. So we can then apply move just a little bit this black, then position it to the gray zone. I push it up and then nudge down the white as well. So we just set it to a little bit highlighted. And now, since we have this highlight, we can then push a little bit further our shadow, since we now know the we have our light source, right? So this shadow should be at least shown just like so, maybe even to 96, no, 97, 99, 100, maybe to 100%, maybe. Let's go to the fill, border, let's go to the density angle, again to the color, and push a little bit more. In the new update, we have this feature auto scale corners, and we have this auto scale borders as well. So if you go to the borders, if you apply a border here, you will see that also we have this auto scale border, and to your convenience also we have these features here also in the transform panel, right? On the inspector, but we still have, or I think Gravit still lacks this auto scale effects. When I enlarge the shape, you see that effects now my shape is lacking the depth, right? And when I make it smaller, you see it's become ridiculously fat, ridiculously thick, this long shadow. So basically I think the auto scale effects is a good idea. I don't know, maybe I still exploring it. I was in the conference in Dnipro and I'm still exploring this effect in the rate I want to post. But now I returned and ready to work with Gravit Designer and with my YouTube channel. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have solved this issue with this a little bit shifted rectangles, what we can do to improve our techniques using the magic or smart bonding box and smart transformation points. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your day.